Kim here with Little Biz Resources, and today let's go ahead and get our DNS record set up to direct our domain to float hosting, and then we're also going to set up all of the WordPress and the domain, everything in float hosting. So first things first, if you got your domain at Little Biz Domains, then head into the Little Biz Domains site, and you will pick the domain name, and once you're in it, you'll see this. Right now, I have this zoomed in, so it's got a bunch of extra stuff not there. Um, so yours might be a little bit different. Just look for where it says DNS. So we're going to click DNS, and then we're going to go. You'll see these are what they call name servers or name server records because we're going to actually change the name servers. So we're going to hit name servers, and then this one's set to the default. I'm going to say change name servers. I'll use my own name servers. And then right here, I'm going to put ns1.floathosting.com, ns2.floathosting.com. This may or may not change depending on when you're watching this. So if this is 6 months old, leave a comment and I'll let you know if I have heard anything. The other thing you can do is just ask or check. So save. And if that doesn't work for you, which you'll find out in about 10, 15 minutes, say continue. And now we need to wait about 10 minutes. So I'm going to actually stop this and come back in about 10 minutes so that we can then do the rest. And we're back. It's been right at 10 minutes. So this should work. Sometimes it take a little bit longer, but generally it takes about 10 minutes. So now I'm in float hosting. Once you logged in, you'll see something about this dashboard. I just want to click on services. And then you will click right here. It says shared hosting. And then you will see where it says log into cPanel. We're going to log into the cPanel, which cPanel is just for control panel. Now here we'll have, there's a lot of details on here, but you don't need to worry about everything yet. We can use them all for different things. But for the most part, we're just going to focus on a couple of things. So we're going to scroll down and we are going to go to domains and we're going to click right here where it says domains. Now you'll see I have a ton of domains here, but the one I want is not on here yet. So I'm going to say create a new domain, and then you type it in, or you could copy it from Little Biz Domains. So mine was easondisasterprep.com. And then you're going to unclick this box right here for sharing it. And then you can, my face is in the way again. That's so funny to say. So you could say submit because we only have the one. So we're just going to say submit. And then if you don't have the domain or the name servers correct, right? So if you didn't put in ns1.floathosting.com, or if for whatever reason those aren't correct, this will not work, right? It'll come up with an error saying the name servers need to be changed, and then you'll know, right? It'll tell you the error. After I've waited 10 minutes, I've not had that problem at all, right? So this does take a little bit of time. It says this occurs on accounts with a large number of domains. I only had 19 domains on there, I think. Or even not even, oh, I can't remember, not that many. And this always takes this long, right? So don't think that, oh my gosh, there's something wrong with my account if it takes a little bit longer. So now that is on here, but there's a couple things we need to do. So the first thing we're going to do now that we have that on here is we're going to go into WordPress management here on the left, which is a little bit different. If you had float hosting before, that's moved and been changed around. And then we're going to install, and we're going to select the domain name. And then you can change stuff here because these are like settings that you would normally have. And you can change it to so I'm going to say the website title is going to be ESON Disaster Prep. I figured out why I can't type too while I'm here because I shift over because of the camera. So I'm not quite in front of the keyboard correctly. Learn something new every day, right? So you can do a plugin or a theme set. They have ones here, but I'm not going to worry about those because I'm going to install what I want as I go. I'm going to do English. You can change it to other languages, but I'm going to do English United States version. I want the current version. And then I'm going to change my username and password, but I am going to record these. So I know how to get back in, right? You can generate new passwords or whatever. Now your email address doesn't exist yet. Right? Your email address doesn't exist, but I'll show you how to create the email address in another video. So we'll do that because you will need access to emails, and I'll also, show you how to set that up like on your phone or something as well. So you just go through here and then you say install when you're done and it will install. I'm going to actually pause this and I'm going to change my stuff and then I will be back. That was so quick after I hit install. Before I even hit the record button, it got it installed. So now they're going to give you the option to install plugins. I'm just going to say no thanks because we're going to walk through that as we do. So now that we've done this, there's one other step we need to do to set up what they call SSL. So that's when you type in HTTPS. All websites need to have that now, and it's free through Float Hosting. My sister actually went through another hosting for fun because we do that. And they were charging her for it, even though it was probably a free one, and they were charging her. So we're going to go into Tools, and we're going to scroll back down into security, where it says security. We're going to do SSL TLS. And then we're going to go to generate, view, or delete SSL certificate signing requests under this certificate signing requests. And now we're going to scroll down and you're going to leave this. This should be automatically set for generate a new RSA blah, blah, blah key. And then you're going to type in the domain, or if you still have it in the copy paste, you can do that. So easondisasterprep.com. And then put in the city. I'm in Sparks. Capital. You don't have to capitalize it. I don't know why it bugs me. And then I'm in the United States. If I check the right country, US. And then the company, it can just be the website. If you have a business or something you want to put in there, you can. But I'm just going to whoops, I got to put the right one. Eason Disaster. None of this stuff is required. I would just fill it in and I'm going to say generate. Now it has generated it. And I'm going to return to the SSL manager because I scrolled all the way down. I'm going to say manage SSL sites. And I'm going to scroll all the way down again. And I'm going to, you can ignore this error. It's not that big of a deal. You can select the domain. So we're going to scroll through and find it. And then we're going to say autofill by domain. Now, this right here, this error, the self-signed certificates will cause browser warnings, will pop up. Don't just stop, just wait. Because at this point, what's happening is it's still thinking. Stuff is still working on the back end. In fact, I'd say the last 7 or 8 domains that I've done, I haven't needed to do this step because it's already done. But when I see that error, I know whatever it's doing is not done already. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually log in. I'm not going to worry about this right this second. And I'm going to log into my website. So you put in the website /wp-admin, and that'll take you to the admin site. But this is the one you're going to get because SSL is not on yet. So it's up to you at this point if you want to wait another 5 or 10 minutes for that to go through, or if you want to just hit advanced and say proceed to it anyway. I mean, it's your website. So then we're going to go ahead and log in. So I have my credentials. So I'm going to go ahead and log in, and then I'm going to actually go back and check the SSL in just a minute. So there is a bit of waiting to get everything set up here. The SSL is still not set up, so it's only been a couple minutes. So I'm just going to let that percolate or whatever it needs to do in the background. And now I'm going to come in here. Now, for now, all I want you to do is pick a theme. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to Appearance and you're going to go to Themes. Now for themes, they have some that are already set up, but you can select any theme you want. You can always add a new theme. You can do it there or here. And you can see like what they have. So they tell you which ones are installed. And then you can look at and see which other ones you might like, right? And so, I mean, the best thing about themes is that it lets you figure out, kind of like put your own touch to it, but it's not super critical. I would focus more on creating good content than I would worry about putting together a bunch of really good stuff. But you got to look and see which ones work for you and see if there's something that you like. Some of these older ones, like 2017, people really preferred. So I don't know, you can just look 20 2025. You can look at the details and preview it, and it kind of just shows you it's pretty basic and probably would work just fine. And you can change this later too. The focus is picking a theme, and in the process of like shutting my computer down on accident, I noticed that the SSL certificate already resolved itself. So I'm gonna go back over to this one real quick, and you'll see this is what it said here. So let's double check this now. So I'm gonna say reset, and I'm gonna select the domain. I'm gonna say autofill, and you can see there's no error there now, but it looks like it's already created. So I'm just gonna say install certificate, and it says it was already installed. So something's changed in the last couple weeks because it used to not, I used to have to do this process, and now it seems to be automatically doing it. But doing that process helps verify that it's done, right? So that is done for the cPanel for WordPress. You've got your SSL set up. So we did SSL. Let me check my notes, which was actually the title of this. We did setting the domain DNS, adding the domain to float hosting. We did the SSL and installed WordPress. So now you have to do is pick your theme. If you buy a theme somewhere or you have a theme, all you have to do is upload that. So you say add new theme, and then you can upload the theme here. Make sure it's the appropriate file. It's a zip file. So don't unzip it, just load it as a zip file. So if you have questions on how to do that, just let me know. There's one more thing I want you to do before we leave, and that is we're going to go into settings, and we're going to go into reading, and we're going to say discourage search engines from indexing the site because we're not ready, right? And then we'll save changes. So that means it shouldn't be, Google shouldn't find it, search engines shouldn't find it. So that's the last thing we're going to do. And now we're going to make sure we get the theme in there. And then next time in the next video, we'll start going through like adjusting what we want and adding things. Okay. So that's it for this one, and I will see you in the next one.